When you have hair loss, it can be such a scary and deceivingly lonely place. But you know what? You're not alone. You are here with me. Welcome to the Alternative Hair Alchemist podcast. Hi, I'm Debra Heim. I am a certified alternative hair specialist, a wig boutique owner, and wig wearer myself due to alopecia. And this is my Tell It Like It Is take on all things alternative hair. I also happen to be a certified confidence coach, so I'm going to be sprinkling in some mindset hacks for good measure. So take a deep breath, sit back and relax, and listen to my favorite ways and my best advice on how I help others and help myself to rock that alternative hair. We're going to drop that shame and stigma. What is that about anyway? Now, let's do this. Coco Chanel said, "A woman who cuts her hair is about to change her life." And we all know that to be true. Can you imagine the changes if you were to shave your head? We're going to talk about that this week on this episode of the Alternative Hair Alchemist podcast. Hello, everybody, and this is your host, Debra Heim of Very Best Little Hair House and DebraHeim.com. And if you don't know who Coco Chanel is, well, first of all, I can't believe it because she's one of the most amazing, most imitated designers since the beginning of time. And she also was very well spoken and has a number of quotes, and that one is one of them. But, you know, it's depicted in movies, through fiction, what have you. A woman will cut her hair to change her life. So this week in my wig group, somebody came in and asked a question about shaving your head in order for wigs to fit better. Now, I've never had the issue where that would affect my wig fit once I started to be able to try them on and learned how one should fit. Because honestly, when I first started, before I had a shop, I tried the bands and everything. But as it turns out, I just needed a better fitting wig. But anyway, that's besides the point. So in the group, the consensus was, it's a very positive thing to shave your head. Now, that is a very individual thing, and at the end of the episode, I'll give you some pros and cons to consider, and also my own experience, which has been extremely positive. I'll just give you a heads up on that. But society is changing. It used to be in the movies that hair loss would be like depicted in a very bad way. What comes to mind is the movie The Craft, where the witches put a spell on the mean chick and all her hair fell out. And I hate that type of example because it sets us all back so far. And hair loss has nothing to do, or should not have anything to do, with your self-worth. It's just something that happens, and learning how to deal with it and feel beautiful no matter what is what we are here to do. And as far as confidence, alternative hair is one of the biggest tools that helped me become really more confident, and that's what it's there to do. But I have to tell you that actually shaving my head, I have alopecia areata, shaving my head and learning to love myself without the hair has been the most empowering thing that I have ever done. And I say that because it's true. However, I did not have the confidence to shave my head until I saw someone else who had done it, and it was beautiful. So I don't name names here, but she is an influencer, and when I saw how she shaved her head and it was no big deal and that she looked gorgeous, well, that gave me a little bit of confidence, but it's still, I went seesawed back and forth a couple weeks, and then when I actually did it, I loved it. Now, I can't say maybe the first 2 or 3 days that I loved it, but as I came to look in the mirror, I started to get used to it. And then in the shop, when women would come in that were extremely anxious about their hair loss and very sad, I started taking my wig off just about every visit, not only to teach how I keep my wig on, how I put my wig on, but to show, hey, look, you can be beautiful with no hair. So over the years at the shop, learning to go without a wig and also to show other women that, hey, it's okay to do that, that has really helped me embrace myself and know that no matter what, hair or no hair, we are all beautiful. And you know what? The shaved head has become a symbol of confidence. Pop culture's changed. I researched a few movies in the past years, and these are all powerful women characters that have shaved their head. Now, I knew off the top of my head Sigourney Weaver in Alien, and of course, the iconic G.I. Jane scene. Both of them shave their head when they're getting ready to do battle, and it is seen as the ultimate confident thing to do. There is Charlize Theron in Mad Max. She is Emperor Furiosa. She's a fearless warrior. She shaved her head for another role in a movie called The Old Guard. I have not seen these movies, but in that movie, she was a centuries-old warrior in a group of immortals, and so her shaved head exemplified her strength and resilience. In Stranger Things, there's a character called Eleven, Millie Bobby Brown. She has psychokinetic abilities. She shaves her head in the first season as a symbol of the transformation and the determination to confront the supernatural forces. The beautiful Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta. Her character shaves her head as an act of defiance against the regime and, again, symbol of resilience. Gail, portrayed by Rosario Dawson in Sin City, is a powerful and confident character, and she also has a shaved head and is a leader in the criminal underworld. So throw in Sigourney Weaver in Alien 3 and, of course, G.I. Jane, and there you have it. It is a symbol of fearlessness when you have no hair. And of course, I can't mention G.I. Jane without bringing up that whole Oscar incident with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, who, by the way, looked beautifully regal with her shaved head. And the thing that happened was when Chris Rock mentioned the movie G.I. Jane, a series of events happened which involved a punch in the face. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But I think the reason it happened, and I've never spoke about this incident before, is the idea that when G.I. Jane was mentioned, I think it was taken as an insult. And I can tell you, I would think that is an ultimate compliment. Demi Moore is one of the most beautiful women ever. So if we could all everywhere get it out of our head that to mention somebody is bald is no longer an insult. It is a thing to be confident and glorious about, then the world will be a better place. And I have to tell you, in the 5 years I've been doing this, I have seen so many attitudes changed. Alternative hair is getting accepted everywhere. It is a beautiful thing to help you feel confident if you have hair loss. Now that I'm confident, whether I have my wig on or wig off, alternative hair to me is more self-expression, and I use the hair as like an accent to whatever outfit I have on. But not everybody's there yet to that point. You know what? You could be. A lot of times in my shop, when women try on different styles, the thing I hear is, oh, it looks good on you, but it doesn't look good on me. And again, that gets back to your own self-perception. Change is difficult. So to change styles or whatever takes a little bit of confidence. But you know what? If you can get along without the hair, with a shaved head, there's really nothing that will stop you. I even did a photo shoot with my wig in my hand because I want to make that statement that we are beautiful with hair, without hair, and I get quite a lot of compliments on those pictures. I think because People would be afraid to do it, but I'm always doing the thing people are afraid to do, at least at first anyway. And hopefully, if that gives you the confidence, then I'm glad I did it. I can also say that having a shaved head really did make wig wearing a lot easier because you can just pop it on and go. So there's that. But the consensus in the group was that the shaved head does act like Velcro and it will hold your wig on. So, take that for what it's worth. So if you're getting ready and considering it, the first thing I want to tell you is make sure you have a hat or a cap, because I had no idea just how cold it can be in the middle of the night when you're running to the bathroom, even in the summertime. So that's just a little tip of advice from me. The pros. Number 1, confidence. We've already discussed that. It is bold, it is empowering, and it will let you embrace your beauty with or without the hair. And I'll tell you, that makes wig wearing and wig changing a lot easier. Number 2, it's low maintenance. When you have a shaved head, it's minimal maintenance as opposed to when you do have some hair and you're straightening it and flat ironing it, whether you wear your wig or not. You will save so much time. And I think I read an interview where Charlize Theron was talking about how she got everywhere 20 minutes earlier without the hair. 3, comfort. When your head is shaved, it can be more comfortable, especially in the hot weather. There is no hair to trap heat under your wig or, cause discomfort. Next up, it's a uniform look. And I can tell you, after having done it, I remember holding on to the hair that I did have, and I have permanent spots and one at the back of my head, and I would just do the comb over or what have you. And now looking at those pictures of me then and then with the shaved head, I have to say the uniform look is just impressive. And the biggest pro, in my opinion, was I no longer had to look in the shower or at the bath, to collect up the hair that had fallen out. My hair is also stress related, and it used to come out in clumps. And I'll tell you, there's no more of that heartache. Whether or not whatever your hair loss is being caused by, I know a lot of chemo patients going into it will ask me if they should shave their head. And again, it's an individual thing. And so I'm going to present the cons now, and you'll be much more empowered to decide for yourself. Number 1 con, the society perception, which I talked about, but it is changing. But some people still equate hair with beauty. So I don't know if there's somebody that would, have a hard time with that in your life. Number 2, the initial adjustment. Like I mentioned, have a cap handy. But, if you get up in the middle of the night when you walk to the bathroom and you're not expecting to see it, it is a little bit shocking until you get used to it. So consider that. And not just getting used to it physically, emotionally. Number 3, weather sensitivity. If you have a shaved head, you want to be careful when you're outside in the sun or in the cold. So again, your head covering, very important. So there you have it, to shave or not to shave. Let me know. Stop by the Wise Wig Advice and Support Group on Facebook. It's associated with the Very Best Little Hair House page. Drop me a line through my website, debraheim.com. And until next week, peace, love, and alternative hair. If you enjoyed this episode, you might like working with me one-on-one even better. You can check out the options at debraheim.com. You can find my shop at verybestlittlehairhouse.com. And don't forget my Wise Wig Advice and Support Group, also on Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. But until next time, peace, love, and alternative hair.